Hello dear students, today I am going to discuss with you a topic from grammar part, and today let's discuss about the tenses. Okay, from the tenses there are different types of questions asked in your exams in different patterns. I'll be telling you later on how those questions come, but before that we should have complete knowledge of tenses. Tense, that is the backbone of the language, you can say the backbone of grammar. So we should now have a good command over grammar, the grammatical structure of sentences. Though basic knowledge I suppose you all have now in class 9th, those what are the tenses, how many tenses are there. So I think you all have that knowledge. So it would be a quick revision of these tenses. In this chart you can see apart from the three tenses, present, past and future, the fourth one is also there, future in past. What is that future in past? I will be explaining it later. One by one, let's now discuss the tenses. So starting from the first tense, that is present tense. The present tense, now in present tense we have these four different tenses: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. First of all, simple present. We also call it present indefinite tense. Now one more thing I would like to tell you here: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous or indefinite. These names, why these are called by these names? Simple, as it is most simple of all the tenses, and it is also called indefinite. Now why it is called indefinite? Because in these type of sentences, if some action is happening, it is not definite, it is not clear from the sentence whether the action is still going on or the action is completed. It is still not clear, that's why it is also called indefinite tense. Now the structure of present indefinite or simple present is, with the subject we place the verb in first form, then we use do or does in negative sentences as helping verbs, and then the main verb comes after the subject. Main verb comes, like I eat. I is the subject, eat is the verb, main verb. Or he eats. He subject, eats the verb in first form. So remember, subject plus verb first form. The sentence can be any longer. After verb there could be any object or any other part of the sentence. It could be any longer. There is no limit. I eat mango. So mango would be the object. So there could be any long sentence, but the pattern is subject plus verb plus object. So remember here, verb comes in first form. In some sentences, verb is added with these word s or es, like eat or eats. What is the difference? S or es, eats, we use it when our subject is singular in number, like he is a singular noun, a pronoun. So with this the verb comes with s or es. Remember, I and you, these two words always take the verb of plural form, not singular. Though you can argue that I is always singular, yes it is singular, but it takes the plural verb. That's why I eat and he eats, we eat, we again plural, that's why eat. So with singular we use the verb with s or es. So this is the structure of simple present tense. If you make negative sentence, we use do or does. the helping verbs do or does. Again, do for plural and does for singular. Like I do not eat, he does not eat, we do not eat. Okay, this way we make negative sentences. Then comes the continuous. It is also called progressive tense, present continuous. Now, as the name implies continuous, it shows that the action is continue. It is continuing at the time of the sentence was told. I am eating, he is eating, we are eating. It shows that the work of the action of eating is going on. It is continue. That's why it is called continuous tense. Okay, and the structure of the sentence is subject plus helping verb is, am, are. We have these three helping verbs in this tense. Then the verb with ing form of the verb. I subject plus am is, am, are. We have three helping verbs. Am is always used with I. Is for singular subject and are for plural subjects. So I am eating, he is eating, or we are eating, right? Again, remember the structure: subject plus is or am or are, whatever, is, am, are, then verb ing form. Remember, continuous tense, the main thing in continuous tense is the verbs ing form. The verbs ing form tells that it is in continuous tense with the helping verb is, am, are. If we talk about the negative sentence, we simply use not, is not, am not, or are not. I am not eating, he is not eating, or we are not eating. Next is perfect tense. Again, as the name tells, name implies perfect. It shows the work is perfectly done, complete. That's why it is called perfect tense. I have eaten, he has eaten. The structure is subject plus has or have. Two helping verbs here we have, has and have. Remember, these two verbs, has and have, this is the main thing, the main indicator, you can say, which tells it is perfect tense, has or have, always used in perfect tense. And then remember, whenever you use has and have in perfect tense, we always use the verb's third form after that. Verb always comes in third form in perfect tense. Like eaten, eaten is third form. I have eaten. Again, difference between has and have is, has is used for singular subject and have for plural subject. He has, he is singular, so has. We is plural, so have. They have, we have. Boy has eaten, boys have eaten. Okay, so different verbs for singular or plural subject. This is perfect tense. And talking about negatives, again, simply after has or have we add not. Have not eaten or has not eaten. He has not eaten, we have not eaten. Negative sentence. At last comes perfect continuous tense. Perfect continuous, the name itself indicates it is the combination of perfect tense and continuous tense. From the perfect comes the helping verb has or have, and continuous tense, as I told you, the ing form of verb shows continuous tense. So both of these two things will be used here. Has or have helping verb will be used and verb will be used in ing form. Now, to add to these two things of two different tenses, we have one more thing here, one more word. You can simply understand that word is used just to add perfect tense and continuous tense. So the word is been. So been is used to add perfect tense with the continuous tense. So has or have, then been plus verb ing form. Have been eating or has been eating. Have shows perfect tense, eating shows continuous tense. To add both of them, we use been. I have been eating, he has been eating, we have been eating. If you make negative sentence, here you have to be careful where to use not. Remember, not comes between has, have and been. Have not been eating. Sometimes we make mistake have been not eating. It is wrong. Have not been eating is the correct sentence. Remember this. Not comes between has, have and been. Between this comes not. One more thing at last I would tell you about the perfect continuous tense. Okay, this tense is specifically used when we mention the time. There is no other use of this tense, otherwise there is no difference between this perfect continuous tense or continuous tense. Like I am eating, मैं खा रहा हूँ. I have been eating, मैं खा रहा हूँ. If you translate it in Hindi, there is no difference. I have been eating means also मैं खा रहा हूँ. I am eating also मैं खा रहा हूँ. So what is the difference? What is the use? The use is specifically perfect continuous tense is used when you also indicate the time duration, since how long or for how long time the work is in progress. Only for that purpose we use this tense. Like I have been eating for 2 hours, or he has been reading since 2 o'clock. So you are also mentioning the time ki since or for when the work, the action is going on. Only then we use this tense. Now here one last thing remains, ki use of since and for. Where to use since, where to use for. Remember, since is used for the point of time and for is for the duration of time. Like 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is a point of time. 2 hours is duration. So you will say for 2 hours. And since 2 o'clock, for 2 days, since Monday, since Tuesday, for 2 months, since December, since January, like this. So for point of time since, duration of time for. This way it is used. So this is about the present tense. I hope you understood it. Now with this I will be sending you a few questions which you have to try to do yourself, okay, in your grammar notebook. So that's it for today. I will be taking the next tense in the next session. That's all. Thank you.